it's going to be in your face whether you are right or whether you are wrong. It's going to be in your face whether you are old, whether you are young. It's going to be something you're going to have to deal with throughout your entire life, and you're going to have to figure out ways to get around it and keep serving the Lord. So we're going to start this off, though, in James, the first chapter. So that's James 1. And like I said, the title was Temptation, the Devil's Work, Resist. And we're going to start this off in James, the first chapter. And we're going to just try to get some understanding out the Bible, as we always do here at the Israel Church of Jesus, and try to see how to battle it, where it's coming from, and what to even look forward to in some cases. So like I said, we're going to start at James 1, and when you get there, brother, start at verse 2. So that's James, the first chapter. When you get there, brother, start at verse 2.
My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations.
Okay, so this is the beginning of James, the first chapter of the book that this brother wrote. And in the second verse, he says, my brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations. What do you mean by that? He's saying, count it joy to even get caught in diverse temptations. He's saying that you got to look forward to that. You can't even be really too dismayed about that. You got to be able to realize that temptation is going to come, and you want to know how to smile at it either way. No matter how you want to take it, you're going to have to deal with it. But keep going.
Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
And then he goes on to say that the trying of your faith work is patience, because the Lord is going to try your faith. Your faith is going to be tried over and over again to see how serious you are about serving God. And that's going to work patience. And he said, but let patience have a perfect work, that you be perfect and entire, want nothing. So obviously temptation is good for you. That's what the Bible's saying so far. But we're going to keep going. Skip down to verse 12.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Then he goes on and says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Because just like the master had to endure temptation, and just like everybody else in this Bible had to endure temptation, you're going to have to endure temptation. Keep going.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to.
I was going to say, and that's how you're even going to receive your crown of life. It's an old saying that you're only tough as what you come up against. And that's pretty much what he's saying right here. You got to prove yourself by enduring these things. Keep going.
Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man.
Okay, then it goes on to even tell you that God isn't the one doing the tempting. He said, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempt he any man. So you can't, so God can't be, you can't trick God into doing anything evil. So just like you can't trick God into doing anything evil, he's not going to try to trick you. He has somebody that's to tempt you with. And you got to say no to those things and go on with your walk with God. Well, we're going to keep going. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. You want to read verse 15? Okay, hold on. Read verse 15. I apologize. Read verse 15.
Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
And that's exactly what lust do. Lust bringeth forth sin, and we all know the wages of sin is death. But we're going to keep going. Let's go to 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter. So that's 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter. We're going to read one verse here. Because we all got to be mindful of this. Temptation is a constant among everybody. That's something everybody is going to have to deal with throughout their lifetime more than once. Nobody is saved from that. 1 Corinthians 7, and when you get there, brother, start at verse 5.
Defraud ye one Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your inconsistency.
Okay, so right here, I came here to show you who's actually doing the tempting. And that is none other but Satan himself. In other scriptures we're going to read, he's even called the tempter. But he's saying right here, he said, defraud ye not one another, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give. Because that's something we also need to learn to do also. We need to seek the Lord. And the ways to seek the Lord is to pray to God. Another way is to fast. Exactly what the master used when he had to deal with temptation or deal with Satan. He's using scripture. Keep going.
Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone.
And you see right here, Satan is a pretty crafty individual. You got to remember, the Bible says he was the most subtle beast in the garden. So he's very crafty. So what he going to do? He come back to master right back with more scripture. And it is written that. But you know, as they always do, they like to twist the scriptures and make them mean something that they ain't. But we going to keep going.
Jesus said unto him, It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God.
And Jesus goes on to hit him with some more concrete scripture. You can't use a scripture that can be meaning more than one thing, or you can put in your contents whenever you want to make it work to your advantage. You got to be more concrete with concrete scripture. It is written, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. There's no twisting on words with that. That is clear cut right there. But keep going.
Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and saith unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship